All right, hips. So let's go feet about shoulder width apart. Drive your left hip to your left, towards that wall. You're gonna notice the shoulders should kind of automatically.
I want another pouch.
All right, give me a second.
I want another pouch.
I heard you, give me 1 minute. Drive the hip all the way to the wall. That left hip all the way out. You're gonna notice that the shoulders should automatically go in the opposite direction. This is a natural counterbalance. So drive those shoulders in the opposite direction, push the hip. Now let's go in a circle. So push those hips back. Shoulders should drive forward. Push those hips to the right. Shoulders should drive to the left. And now finally push those hips forward. Shoulders should drive back. And then you want to go through that very smooth. Try to work out all the kinks. Try to smooth it out as much as you can. And it's okay if it's not smooth. Every time you go through it, try to get a little bit smoother. Every time you go through it, try to get a little bit bigger. Imagine a spiral, and every time you go through this circle, that circle gets bigger and bigger and bigger, so we can gain access to more and more range in our hips. When you've done a good 5 to 10 in that direction, then you can give me 5 to 10 in this direction. Again, driving the hip, leading with the hip, always being aware of the shoulder driving in the opposite direction, trying to gain as much access and as much range of motion that we can. Pushing the hips away from you. Not bending the knees. You're gonna notice my knees are not bending. All of this range of motion is coming from my hips. I'm also not moving in my spine or my trunk. I'm really just trying to focus on pushing my hips exclusively towards the surrounding areas. From there, we can then isolate the hips. Imagine somebody's hugging your hips and your hips can't move. Now, we'll go in that same pattern, but I'm only allowing my body to move from what's called the thoracic spine, which is basically right here in the middle of your back. So imagine you're stuck from here down. You can only move the thoracic spine. All the way around. What do you have access to? Not a lot, maybe. That's okay. All the way open as much as you can. You want to give me a wider stance for a stronger base of support? You're welcome to do that. Give me about 5 in each direction. Experiment. Have a conversation with your body. What do you have? What do you not have? Every time you go around, try to get a little bit more. And lastly, let's go left toe pointing towards your face. Look at my left knee. My left knee is locked. My right knee is bent. So a lot of people will reach down, try to get a hamstring stretch, but they'll round in the back, which is not showing them what their true range of motion is. It's not allowing them to actually give full access to the hamstring. Mia, step that way. You're gonna drive the hips all the way back, making sure this knee stays bent, this leg stays locked, and you're gonna reach. You won't have much. I don't have much either. This is all I have access to because I am isolating only the hamstring. Drive your hips back. Look at my back right now, my chest. Make sure it's not collapsing, rounding, compromising. You want the hips back, neutral position in your trunk, reaching for that toe. Inhale. See if you can get a little bit more out of it. Every time you inhale, get a little bit more out of it. And then we'll do the same thing on that other side. Again, left knee. Hold on, Mia. Left knee is bent. Right knee is locked. Toe is pointing towards your face. My hips, they don't tuck under. That defeats the whole purpose of this. Drive the hips back. Lengthen this hamstring. Place tension on that hamstring and reach for that toe. Proud chest, pushing back in my hips, reaching forward, allowing myself to gain access to this hamstring, placing tension there, loading it up,